Hello, people, and welcome back to episode 3 of what I hope you're enjoying is, modern, the making of Air Evolved. If you can remember, part 1, we did this area here, and part 2, we've done this house here. So, I figure part 3, is going to be the church. I know I said I was going to do the pub, but I figure it makes sense to do this area here and work our way forward then to the pub and then eventually onto the farm. Like I say, level these fields off. But anyway, back to today's little project. We'll do the church and the churchyard, guys. Right. Now, I've had a quick look at this before I went live, or should I say before I started recording. And I'm a bit undecided on which way around to put the church, whether to have it this way or whether to actually face it so it's facing the road like so. Now, if I do it like that, that means I can put a few graves in here and makes it look a little bit, but I'm not sure if it's looks a little bit cumbersome that way around. I mean, I can afford to move it back a little bit, but again, like I say, I don't know. I'm just, the jury's still out at the moment. What I will do in the meantime, though, is we'll have rid of these walls. Right, and what we will do is put the other wall in the other wall we were using, which is this one. Right. Hopefully this will give it a little bit more rustic look. There we go. Right, let's start to place the first wall. Oh, voice is going. Is it just what you want? Right. Now, we'll put this wall up to here and then we'll decide which way we're going to go with this wall from here. Obviously, make sure it's not going to be a floaty wall. Nobody likes a floater. There we go, that's good. Right, let's have a look and see what sort of plan of action we've got for. I think what we need to do, guys, is bring this wall round this way. Try and keep the same sort of border we've got now where the hedges are. So I'll curve it round and then bring it this way, I think. Now, one of the things I do like about this wall is it's so adaptable. I mean, you'll soon see how quick you can just place this wall in. Like I said, we'll start a nice gentle turn on it now. Oh, I'm in the middle of a barn there. Looks like waiting to be on while it copies and prints another one. Make sure we've got the old angle of the angle right. Yeah, we'll give it a little bit more of a turn. So we're going to try and generate a nice gentle sweep round there. Like I said, we've not actually decided which way around we're going to do the church yet, but we'll get there in due time. Now that wall looks like it's going downward a little bit, so we'll just drag it up. Might just lift it up a smidge. A bit like that. There we go. Because one thing you can get away with this wall is it doesn't need to be 100% even. It's a very forgiving bit of wall, this, as walls go. Like I said, incidentally, guys, if any of you guys think, oh, perhaps you could incorporate this or, or any ideas of yours into the map, let us know. Like I said, I mean, thanks to all your comments on the map so far. And like I say, it's nice to get your positive feedback, guys. It's really nice. Makes it all worthwhile me doing this little episode. Well, these little episodes on mapping. Like I say, I mean, if you just get one person to take interest in mapping, then feel like you've done your job. Right, that's coming on nicely. As you can see, when you get a flow going, guys, you can really plod on putting bits of wall. Even better if you actually copy them first. Right, now we've got it. Well, I know it's not 100% perfect yet, guys. I'm just trying to get my basic line, and then I'll go back and tweak it for straightness in a minute. I think that's turning quite nicely, actually, because we want to try and keep it turning this way. Might be a little bit sharp here, but like I said, we can always go back and address it, and just bring it round a little bit further like that. Same, we might just lift that up a little bit, perhaps get a bit of an upward lean. There we go. Right, one thing we don't want to do is have this wall far too wide from the road, so I think we'll try and tuck it in a little bit. I know that probably didn't make any sense to most people, because after I'd said it, I thought that didn't really make any sense, Roy. But I mean, the ultimate goal eventually is to perhaps try and join up somewhere here with it. So, like I say, I think it's heading in a general direction. Right, now if we're going to put that church this way around, I think we need to be perhaps thinking about a bit of an entrance here. So I don't know whether to just make a gap there so we can do a pathway up to the church. I'll do that for now, and then we'll carry on with the wall round. I'm going to gradually turn it back now so it takes more of a straight edge down here now. Perhaps just lift it up a little bit because it is disappearing into the soil. One thing I do like doing with this wall is it's really forgiving for you can actually create a collapsed wall quite easy with it. See how that's coming on now. Oh, I know I should have put the trees in just yet. Got a bit giddy in the last episode and thought I'd put a bit of vegetation in, but you can see now it's getting in my way. Right, we need to perhaps just live. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. This goes against all mapping ideas, this, but I'm going to actually demap the map. Just need that tree there, and I'm just going to raise it up. There we go, out away for a bit. There we go. Let my dog see the rabbit, so to speak. Now this bush I don't need, so that one can go. And so can that one. And so can that one. And then so can that one. There we go, got rid of the bushes. We're what you call a bushless area now. So we'll just get the basic wall in first and then we'll tweak it in a minute. I think one more should do us. Yeah, I think we can actually just stretch that one a little bit. Right, so now we've got to place it all and get it all somewhat like right. And what we'll do is curve that up, just drop that down a little bit. Same with that one, curve it. but lift that one up because you find yourself talking to yourself quite a lot when you're doing this job. Right. Now, that's not 100% lined up with that church door, is it? I mean, we want to really try and tell you what we'll do first. Let me just put a bit of texture in and see if that's going to line up nice with the church. We have the situation on this house where we had to move the house round to match where the path was going in. Well, we'll have the same situation probably on church. So we want that to be nice and central. We'll go for, I don't know, shall we just go for a gravel? Or shall we go, we'll go for gravel and moss, I think. That's a nice one. See what I mean? It's to one side. Oh, there. Right, so let's try there. See. It's not actually that bad, actually. It's, that's quite a big use of the word, actually, quite a few times. Right, so that's not too bad, but I'm not sure that's the right texture, guys. Let's gravel dust. No, I don't want that one. Let's try this one. Ah, it looks a bit better. But I'll just undo that because I'm in a completely wrong place. Right, so that's the path from his church. What we'll do is we'll just quickly just twing the church around a little bit like so. There we go, now it's lined up lovely. Right, so let's make this entrance look like it's meant to now. To there. Bring it round a little bit so it mingles in, that's it. And then this one will stretch out a bit. If I can. Oh, no, completely missed a little blue square. There we go. And we'll just try and lift that one up a little bit. Let's carry on tweaking this wall then. Like I say, guys, I mean, the episodes will get a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna just completely fluff that one. As I was, and I've done it again. You can see that I'm using, having clever use of the old undo button today, guys. Very handy button, that undo button. There we go, that's better. Me trying to get a bit giddy with it. Turn that one up, now we can sink that down just so it's not going to run away with us. Same with that one, just bring it down a little bit. Right, so it should, yeah. I'm not sure about that belly. I'm actually thinking that we'll move this in a little bit like that. Just turn it. We'll tweak it from there. We want to try and keep that wall where it is. That one, perhaps bring it in a little bit like that. But what we've got to do now is try and match everything up in between. We'll move that in. And bring that around a little bit like so. There we go. Same with that one. Turn it a little bit. And then a minute, the wrong button completely, and lift it up in there. That's how I wanted to move it. There we go. So we'll see what it looks like. That looks a little bit better. It's still a bit bored out for my liking, but it's not bad because what I'm planning on doing is I've got the road from there, and my ideal plan is to incorporate riverbed down here like this, so it's going to run away from that anyway. Like I said, before it actually gets to the country road bit, then and then you've got your actual roadway, your tarmac road surface here. So let's have a look, see what we got. See, we need to create an area here where this comes this way, like so, and then it needs to come down by here. So I'm just going to quickly, roughly put a path in just to give us an idea of where we're going to be running with it. Just helps to sort it out a bit. There we go. So that area there then goes down the hill to a main road. Right. Hopefully we've got something that's resembling something like a bit of a single track road. So we can just shape it in a little bit better as we go. Like that. There we go. Right, so it's taking shape already, guys. Right. Now it's a bit of a church on a hill at the moment, so I'm thinking we perhaps need to just level this down a little bit. So let's bring the old leveling gear in. Let's level it. And I'm probably going to lose a bit of ground height here, but I can afford to lose a little bit. Try and it'll just help me later when I start putting the old gravestones in. Now we've got a bit of a floated church, which is always a good sign. It means I've done my job, so I can now lower church down a bit. There we go. Oh. Looks a little bit Bramsless, that one. Oh, I'm having a bit of a mare tonight with me. Hopefully that's kept the same sort of. There we go. Right. So, I'm going to have to use a clever use of lighting in a minute. Right. First of all, we'll extend this path to either side, so we've got this bit covered as well. So what did we use? We used, can't remember what I used now. Gravel grass, I think it was. That's a bit big. So what I'm going to do here, guys, I'm just going to click on that. Hopefully it's going to work. It has, but it's worked a little bit too well. Just grass that bit back over because I don't really want that bit done. Same on that side. Yeah, a bit more there. Yeah. Oh, that's spot on that. Right. God, anybody think I'm a professional at this? Right, so this is where trickery comes in now, guys. You'll love this bit. Right, I need to go and get myself a light. A light, you say? Yes. So we'll just venture over to, does it say on Blue Peter is one I did earlier? And we want one of these lights. One of these little beauties. So, what are that? Now this is where imagination and mapping comes in, guys. Like I said, the only thing that stops you doing what you're doing is your own imagination. Now, first of all, we'll put one of these little beauties here. Like this, because everybody likes our little churchyard. Make sure we've got that something like. I might actually move that one a bit further up, like so. And then we'll put a second one, which I've just copied. We'll flick that completely round like that, and bring that one up here. Shrink it down a little bit. Try and make sure they look like they're at the same height. Yes, they do. It's good enough for moi. Right, so we need to copy one of them. Right. This is prepared to be astounded, guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually put one of these above the doorway. So I'm just going to sink that into the building like that, so it's not seen, and it looks like it's actually above the doorway now. Centralise it up like so. To all intents and purposes, it looks like we've got a little. I'm getting all my secrets away here, you know. When you actually all you've got is a full light, but you just can't see the pole. And then we will do the same then on these two little doors here. Like that. Again. Move it in until it just disappears like that. But obviously I'm going to have to move this one down a little bit as well. And we'll just have it so it's overlapping and then move it this way a bit. Just so it looks like it's over the middle of the door. There we go. Now hopefully I should just be able to move this one sideways. Did say hopefully. And then perhaps not. Move it forward and we can see there, so the dog can see the rabbit now. There we go. And move that one like so. I think that's gone a bit further than the mid one looking. Yeah, it has. Try. Got to be careful that the pole don't breach the door, so it causes a little bit of a glitch when you're in game. I think we're all good at that, guys. Right, so we've got a bit of lighting in there now, so we're all good on that one. Right, so we need to go and grab some. Oh, the church is there, look. There wouldn't be a church without a graveyard, so we need to grab a few graves. Now I'm one of it. I love variation on graves. Right. I think it's important, you know, when you're doing this, just to try and randomly place them. Just gives it a little bit more. That one's sunken down a bit. Looks like it's already been affected by subsidence. Or subsidence, depending on how you say it. Slightly off to one side. Oh, too much. And we'll just shrink him down a bit. There we go. Is that done it? Oh. Try and make sure it looks something like level from the road. There we go. That's one. Right, going grave robbing again. It's the only time you can go grave robbing and not get arrested for it. Oh, we'll have one of these nice little monoliths or headstones. again, I'd just like to thank all there's so many people supporting us on this project. It's absolutely unreal, guys. It's brilliant. Oh, that's well sunk in. So, bring that back. There we go. And we can copy that and just see what I did. You can take that way then and then just bring it down so it takes the outer border in underneath that so it looks like a headstone. There we go. And like I say, you've got your like 3 different variations of a grave then. Right. Coming on. Let's go see what else we bring out graveyard over yonder. This is the one I did. I mean, this is actually the main church. We'll have that nice little. No, we don't want to make it look too samey, do we? Take that one. Have a nice little headstone. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly copy them all of them and I'll show you how we can make little variations on them. I'll go back and get them. I'm just going to grab all the headstones I need first, guys, so I'm not toing and throwing all the time. Yeah, it's all those variations we've got, but like I say, it's what you do with them that makes them look different. Right, so we've got his graves now. Right. So there we go. We'll carry on creating his graveyard now, guys. And gals, obviously, I don't need to be sexist. Or should just call you all people, generically. And you're starting to ramble again, right? Shut up. Good lad. You do actually find you start talking to yourself, when you keep doing this repeatedly. Right, so we'll have, this one can just be a single headstone. Now, I did try and do this down on the other grave, and it didn't actually work that well, but I'm going to have a go at it now and see what I can achieve. I actually thought about doing it like a fresh dug grave, but then the headstone don't really go with it. So let's try use dirt and see what happens. It's gone to the side. Right, so that didn't work. That just looked pants. I'll just try that again. So let's do a dirt one first. Let's try and make it so it looks wide enough. Let's see where it chucks it back. Let's get something like that. Must have been a tall fella. I'm going to fail miserably at this, I think. It's just not going to work. It might do if we look here. No, I would go in ever so well then. Undo. There we go. Now, what I'm going to do now is perhaps do. I'm not 100% struck with that texture, guys, if I'm being honest. Let's try that one. See what that comes up like. No, that's even worse. Everybody's thinking, what the hell are you trying to do? Tell you what I'm doing? I'm abandoning it. Abandoning it. Right. So anyway, that's I'll have a crack at that later, guys. I honestly will. But we'll have a couple of these headstones in, I think. And again, like I said, you can put them wherever you want, guys. It's not. There's nothing in stone apart from my head. Stone. Just trying to make it look like some sort of uniformity, if that is a word. And then we'll move this one here because it's not a very big graveyard. This is only a little village, so you're not going to have like loads of people dying in here. Even more people are dying to get in here. Pardon my pun. Right. We'll copy that one as well because I do like the idea of moving that to there. Completely try and hide that, and then just lift that up so we've got a little. Little bit more, just before it gets to the soil a bit. There we go, like that. Turn it, and then what I did was just put a few flowers in there. Looks quite nice. I don't know if it'll work. We can have a go. We'll do some cornflowers on that one. Right. And then all we need to do now is just grass this area over. No, but am I going to go medium grass or small grass? I'm just trying to think. Look at medium. Who's medium? I think we could probably go medium actually, quite easy. As long as it doesn't encroach. Oh, that's going to encroach. I'm trying to be as careful as I can so I don't completely envelop the old gravestones with it. Not much about that one because that one's stone anyway. I'll go in medium because it just looks, like I say, looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit rough and ready, if you like. And then we'll whiz down here. There we go. And down here. Say don't much about these headstones because they'll still stick up above the grass. You know when you get to that stage where you start to lose it a little bit. I'm there. Close. There you go. I think I'm dead. It's close to there. Right, so that's that side of things done. So whether we want to put, we'll just do this in grass first, and then we can work back. I mean, it's not we're not committed to anything. We can always take the grass back out, put smaller in if we need be. But feeling that we're going to be good with medium grass on this. Looks ever so nice and green, does this medium grass anyway, so it's not going to be a great disaster. Right, hopefully we've got something that resembles church wheel lawn now, yeah? It's coming on nicely, guys. Right, obviously we're going to be putting well, not obvious, I use that word, it's not obvious. I am going to be putting a few trees in. Bit of vegetation, because every churchyard needs a tree. So first things first, let's get this tree back down on terra firma where it belongs. Then we'll copy it. Move it over this way, and then shall we have this bit set a bit further back? So some of these graves are in the old shade of the tree, yeah? I'll move it this way, and then this way. That's a nice little spot. And I need to move it so it looks like it's planted. There we go. And we'll turn it just so it gives it that little bit of a different look to that one there. And we'll put another one in over this other side. But it's amazing how the trees really just lift it and bring it to life. Just do that and that'll life a bit easier for me. Up the way through church, oh dear. It's never a good sign. Getting clever with it now, you see I'm doing it while I'm not properly looking. Right, so straight away you can see, just look at it like that, so you can see straight away we've got the development of our church now. And nice it looks too. Right, so let's we want something on this bit. I know what we can do, guys. We need to, and I know exactly where, I forgot about that tree there. I know exactly where I can get one from. You're going to like this. That's what we want. Every church has got to have its little village hall, notice board. I'm not sure if that's in the right place, I'm just trying to work on it. We need to bring it a bit close to the path so it looks like we can at least read it as they're coming in. And we'll turn it like that. Right. Superb. Right, next thing, let's get some, in fact we need to just put a bit more level on this road. Too much. Again, too much. And what I do need to do actually next is redo the wall on the left. If we're doing this bit, we need to finish it proper. Right, what I'm going to do, I've just noticed that wall is slightly twisted, so I'm going to move that out and then just stepping back a bit like so. Just looking at that verge there, it did look a little bit narrow at that point. Probably go back a little bit more actually, and then move these back to suit. Perhaps turn that a little bit, just try and keep this border like the same distance. I did say we'd go back and tweak this wall, and I never did. I can now not seem to get the bit of the wall. There we go. That should just move it in enough. There we go. We've got a border now. Right. So I'll just turn that street lamp round because it seems to be backwards for some reason. Nobody likes a backward street light. There we go. Now I'm tempted to shove that back into that yard a little bit because I'm wanting to get a little bit of this wall in here. It's a shame to actually get rid of this wall because it is a nice wall, but just trying to keep the same sort of run feature that we've got with this wall. Like I said, guys, don't panic if you delete something and you think, oh god, you can always undo it. Right, so this one now. Right, so we'll just carry this wall on down here now. Have to lift her up a bit. Now, remember I told you we can do like a collapsed wall feature quite easy. I'll show you how to do it. I actually stumbled on this quite by accident. So if you get your next wall, right, and then you put it to where you want it and just lower it down like that. Just turn it up like so it looks like it's going downhill. And then copy and paste it. Like that. And just drag that bit there like that. There's a lot of like that going off. You've got your wall collapse there, and then when you want to bring it back up then. And I mean, in fairness, you do see a lot of these dry stone walls like this. And you want to bring it back up, you just do that. They've actually got your collapsed wall feature there. And then if you think, well, I want to go next level now and bring it up some more. Like that. And then we can carry on as normal then on this next bit. Obviously we're gonna have to move it around a little bit because we're getting a bit carried away now. We've lost the plot. So let me just too much. Too little. That's what you like. You try and save time by not moving your mouse around. It always comes back and bites you in the ass. Move that because we want to try and get that turn going off. I'm not saying I'm going to use a collapse wall here, guys. I just quickly thought I'd show you how to do it. Really nice little feature, and like I said, it doesn't take a lot of doing. As you can see there, you've got something that looks like a collapse wall now. And like I said, that's one of the things I do love about this. I mean, you can take it to the next level and just actually put a temporary fence there. But like I said, I'm not going to do it on this one because I'm trying to keep it all in keeping. No, now I can't get over my stone wall. Oh no, that is not good on the stone wall thing. There we go. No, I need to try and turn that because we completely lost the plot on the turn there, didn't we? I'm sort of creeping into no man's land, if you like, or into middle of road. Like I said, guys, let me know if these episodes are too long for you, or if they're just right, or if you want to see them longer. I do get a little bit carried away when I start modding, I'll be honest with you, and I could do it for hours. So really, it doesn't really worry me how long the episodes are. Obviously, it does take longer to upload them, but it's only a small price to pay. But you'll see as you go around this map when it's finally released. But you'll see I've done a couple of these little features where I've done collapsed walls, and like I said, it's quite enjoyable to do actually because you feel like you're achieving, something different. But you can see straight away now. I mean, this wall's bringing this map to life. It's really slapping it and bringing it round and putting a bit of life in the map. And then we're going to completely turn this one around like that, and then bring it down to meet that one eventually, like so. And I think that's where we'll carry on with. That's where we'll leave the wall for today. There we go. So you'll see now as we look down here now, it's completely revamped this little bit we've done here now. And it does it, like you say, it looks a lot more finished off. Right, so all we need to do now is get some vegetation down here and a couple of little bushes and stuff, but we'll start with the old favourite long dry grass. It's a multitude of sins does this. You can even put a floaty wall, and I've been told. I think sometimes you need to have a few rough edges as well on the road edge. Because in life, it's never always plain sailing. It never looks nice and neat and square all the time, does it? So it does pay, like I said, to have a few rough edges. And we'll just take this a little bit wider here now, like this, because we're going down. And same here, we're going to come right at it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to just take that out there. There we go. And then just long dry grass all this. And we'll leave it there because I don't want to do anything with this area yet while we've sorted that out. The main objective today, we're doing the old churchyard. So, right, so what we've got now is we need to put a bit of texture on this to make it look like it's a travelled road. So we'll just lob a bit of wet mud in there, I think. Oh, hang on, my fault. My bad. Sorry. Like I said, just put a bit of wet mud texture in there and just adds that bit of feature. And because we're doing this under a tree, we'll put a bit of the old deco foliage, brown foliage. That is a elm tree, I believe, yes. So we'll put a few ground elm leaves down on the floor here. So a few ground elm leaves down here just to. And I mean, we're probably going to end up putting another tree in here anyway, so I can come perhaps a bit more around here like this. And in fact, we'll do the other tree now. Just copy that one and we'll drag it over to this side and stick it in here. I will not copy that one, we'll actually take that one, but put that one back, Roy. Actually do what you said you were going to do and copy one. Right, now we've got one. Now I'm debating whether to actually put that. But I think we might actually put that this side at wall because it'll be a little bit of an obstacle when you're coming up with anything. And I think it probably works better there. How tall is it? Right, we'll go a little bit taller there like that. So now you've got the shade off that tree on that corner. So it does add that little bit more realistic look about it. Right, and what we'll do now is, just because we're coming up and this is a bit of a shimshack, if you like, shimshack road, for sake of arguments, we will put, get some small grass, and just going to put a few tufts in like this, just to make it look like getting a bit overgrown in the middle. And then obviously we'll stop using word obviously, it's getting very annoying. And we will put perhaps a few little stones in here as well. It helps if you choose your stone size. There we go, like that. And like I say, it just adds a bit more depth to the map. Now, one thing I did notice is this is extremely well cultivated. In fact, I've got a piece missing there, look. How dare you disappear along dry grass. Right, so we need to perhaps put a few little weeds in here just to get a bit more depth as we're coming down. There we go, like that. I'll put a bit of Rumex in there. That's that one. Right, I think we're about there for now, guys. So, there you have it. Like I said, you can see in the 3 episodes we've done, we've virtually transformed this little piece of map. Like you said, I mean, I've put altogether about 2 hours 50 minutes into this. So you can see how long you're looking to, to actually do a full map. I mean, this is just a small little portion of such a big map block. But it gives you an idea of the amount of work that goes into it, and like I said, the amount of patience you need to have to do this. This has been episode 3. Don't forget, guys, if you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. It's always nice to build subscribers, guys. That's what we do it for, fame and fortune. And like I said, hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys, as much as I have, and we will see you again soon, guys. Bye bye for now.